Hey guys, it's Josh Allen at gak.co.uk here. With me today I have...
James from Roland. I'm our in-store boss and Roland rep.
Cool.
Yeah.
And what we have with us today is the Roland RV-6, Roland's brand new reverb pedal. So, run us through the settings and tell us a little bit about the pedal, will you, James?
Now, so as many of you will remember and know the Boss RV-5, there's a few slight improvements from there. So we've got improved Boss DSP and also improved algorithms within there. So we are getting now 8 new different reverb patterns in there that are really, really musical, really, really expressive.
Cool.
To talk you through from some of the actual settings that are in there, we've got plate, spring, we've got like a modulated reverb, we've got a shimmer, which is, you were playing with that earlier.
Yeah, it's kind of like
really cool.
It's like an atmospheric sort of feel, almost like outer space sort of sounds you can get from it. So we'll get to it, you'll understand the sound a little bit more. It's almost like an orchestra that builds up behind the note. It's really cool.
It's also got a combined delay and reverb sound on there, just to give it a bit of versatility. It's got a really cool dynamic setting on it now.
Yeah, this one's wicked.
I mean, we will demo these in just a sec, but basically what it does is when you play quietly, it has a really big reverb. When you attack it, it cuts down the reverb sound. Really great for that. It's also got, you know, room and hall.
Yeah, the standard ones, like the ones that you can use all the time, essentially.
So that's the 8. You've got basically your parameter controls as well, so 1 for level, 1 for tone, and 1 for time. In that typical Boss fashion as well, you know, the nice big pedal, doesn't break, in pretty indestructible pedals anyway.
Yeah, definitely. We're also running the FV500H into the expression input, so it's Boss's passive expression pedal unit, which is also very cool, so we'll show you how that works exactly with all the different settings as well. So what one are we going to start with?
Let's start here at the top, so if we go to the plate setting here.
Okay. So this is the guitar's signal. Oh, by the way, this is a PRS S2 single cut. It's an American-made PRS guitar with its own pickups in it, and it also does have the capability of coil tapping, so we can get to see what the single coil tones sound like as well. We're also running the pedal and the guitar direct into a DV Mark multi-amp, which is a digital effects processing unit, which is completely set to clean, no effects, nothing. So it's a completely, you know, clinically clean digital sound. So let's get into the first one, which, as James said, is plate.
Yes. Plate.
So this is the guitar's signal just as a clean sound. So that's just the signal going straight into the amplifier. So if I push down on the 500H here, we'll start to get the reverb coming through.
Nice.
So it's really, really good. Yeah, it's a really beautiful setting. Just that classic plate sound, essentially.
Now if we check out spring.
Yeah, so this is the spring setting with the RV500 pushed all the way forward as well once again. Yeah, very cool, very cool. So yeah, what did you do there? You shortened the time of it.
Yeah, I just put, so it's like kind of a slap back almost.
Okay, so if you set it back to that, you almost get that whole...
And then if we put it, say, if I do the polar opposite, so if we go, have the time like really slow.
Yeah. really usable setting. Yeah,
so you know, that's kind of just emulating that spring sound.
Yeah,
with,
yeah.
You know,
yeah, that's
really
really
cool.
nice touch to that. Really, really nice.
Let's check out the modulate setting.
Okay, so what is the modulate? Obviously, I would assume that it's chorus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the standard sort of modulation setting that you would have. Yeah, you can really hear it in there. So if I use the FE500, so you can hear it. So this is the signal completely cut, as you can hear. And then let's bring it in slowly. Yeah, really cool.
It's like a real immersive pad.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Let's now go to, let's check out Hall.
Let's check out the Hall setting. So this is just everything apart from the tone. Well, the time is slightly backed off. So if we put everything to 12. So already you've got quite a long tail on that. So if we bring up the effect level, like to quite an obscene amount of reverb.
Yeah. Let's put the time up as well.
There's a lot there. Yeah. There's a lot going on in that. The awesome thing is that you can get it once we get to the other settings like the shimmer setting and also the delay setting. It becomes quite outrageous the amount of sort of huge soundscapey sounds you can get from it. So, but what's the next one? So we've just so that was Hall.
Room, yeah.
So this is the room setting. Now I use the room setting on my RV-5 at home in my amplifier. I run most of my modulated effects and reverbs and stuff into my effects loop because it just means that they're not as aggressive as in the front end. Now the good thing about this room setting is that it's quite tame anyway, so I can get that almost Robin Ford sort of sound, that really lovely bluesy touch of reverb thing, which is one of my favorite settings at home. So let's see what this sounds like with just complete set at 12 o'clock on every item. So. So incredibly usable, you know?
Just bread and butter.
Exactly, just that whole... Really, really nice bluesy sort of sound. But the good thing is if you back off on the level a bit, bring the time up a touch, and you get even... You know, just a really small amount. Just to carry the note a little bit more, make it a little bit more something about it, you know? That's what I really like about that setting.
Cool, well let's check out that dynamic setting we were talking about.
Okay, so this is the dynamic setting. Everything's set to 12 o'clock. So it's a little bit difficult with this one because you have to be really, really light touched, and I'm not the most light touch of guitar players.
I think the best way to go about this one is for if you're playing between finger picking and then using a pick.
Okay.
I think you get a bit more extremes there. So
okay, so let's try that. Yeah, let's try that.
Awesome.
Yeah, so as you can hear, when I'm playing lighter, the reverb is quite extreme. There's a lot going on. But as soon as I start hitting the note harder, the reverb starts to dissipate and you can hear the note more. So if I just play the one note and then get harder, then the reverb comes back in when I play softer. Yeah, really cool little setting. That's the awesome thing. Say for instance, I don't know, like an acoustic guitar player running through it or something like that would be really beneficial for that sort of thing.
Perfect. I mean, you can turn up to a gig, do your finger picking, do your strumming, and not have to constantly be at the pedal.
That's it. No, that is it right there. You're completely right. And the softer parts where you're finger picking, then you start strumming, you still get that touch of reverb, but it's not as aggressive as it was when you're playing softer. It's a really, really cool setting.
So it's just showing that it is such a usable pedal.
Yeah.
The Shimmer, which is probably our favourite setting.
Definitely, I'd say so. So this is everything at 12 o'clock, once again. So this is what it sounds like straight out at 12. But you can make it sound really outrageous by, you know, really diming the effects level and the time. So if we really push them all the way forward, and I'll use the FV500 as well, and you get this almost like just huge atmospheric sort of sound. Also, the other way that I thought was pretty cool is just standard using your volume knob to have the notes not play out. So. Yeah, the awesome thing is that it still trails off even when you're finished playing. That's what I really love about effects pedals now, is that you can play the note, turn your guitar down and it keeps going. You know, it's not like you can still hear it.
It's crazy.
It's not like a whole thing where you turn it down and then, that's it, the pedal's done. It's really cool how all of these settings continue even when you turn it off or turn it down. So.
Then the last one is the reverb and delay.
Yes, yeah. I really like this one as well. Let's put everything back at 12.
Let's go flat 12, yeah.
So, yeah, so this is just the standard reverb and delay sound that you get on there. So if we bring up the time a little bit and the effects level, that's what I really like about these settings, that if you push it really hard then you get something a little bit different. A little bit different. A little bit different. So if I show you exactly what I just played then, but with the effects level and the time pushed a little bit harder.
Let's try with the actual effect level turned down a bit.
Yep.
But keeping that time relatively slow.
Okay.
And then the tone a bit farther up as well. As
you can hear, and C, it's just a complete package of every reverb that you're going to ever really need in a smaller Boss product, which is awesome. The classic Stompbox look, I really like the whole sort of gunmetal silver colour that it's gone for as well. Really, really nice with the silver face. It's really cool. And one of the easier things is that we got it out of the box and it came with a battery inside, like all Boss products, so I didn't have to find a power supply, so it's nice and easy on that front as well. So is there any last closing words you wanted to say about the pedal at all, James?
In terms of a bit more versatility for it, it's not just geared towards your guitar boys.
Okay.
I know obviously that's going to be its main customer base, but it's got stereo in and stereo out. So should you want to build a effects board for, say for instance, like keyboard players wanting to use sound effect, or even like in a studio or something, it's able to do that as well. And to be honest, other than that, it's just, again, I think it's going to be another bread and butter pedal for, like all Boss pedals are. And and it's coming in at a really good price as well. I mean,
Joe, do you know the price of it that we're going to be selling it in store for?
Yeah, it's 115.
Oh, 115?
If I'm proper.
Okay, well, even if it's close around that sort of ballpark,
Yeah.
that's incredible for the amount of stuff that you get on the pedal.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you're looking at decent reverb pedals now. You're looking at, you know, in an excess of £200. So that's the awesome thing. But also, another video demo we're going to be doing soon is on the DD500 as well, the new delay unit, which is just absolutely phenomenal as well. Comes in at an absolute insanely good price as well for that sort of unit. So I think Boss has kind of hit the nail on the head with the new sort of, or Roland should I say, the new selection of Boss products that we've got coming in. So what have we got? We've got the RV-6, we've got the DD500, and then we've got the synth as well.
Yeah, the SY300, which we'll also do a video on for you guys soon. And that's come down to just a jack input, so that's going to be really interesting.
So you don't need anything other than your guitar and a guitar lead, which is going to be really interesting to check out. So cool. So that was the Boss Reverb RV-6. I hope you guys enjoyed the demo. If you need to know anything about these pedals at all, feel free to call into store and speak to James. James is basically there full time, so he'll be more than happy to help in terms of knowing every single bit of information on the Roland product that you need, not just including guitars, right?
No, not just guitars. So drums, keyboards, synths, anything with a Roland or Boss label on it. I'll be able to
cool, it's a wealth of knowledge. Yeah. Cool. And if you want to ask me any questions, feel free to comment in the section below this video. So yeah, cheers guys. Thank you very much for watching.
Cheers.